Okay, so good. So we'll have this session available for those who want to practice at another time. And we'll go ahead and sit to start. Just finding a comfortable seated position so that you can just take a nice deep breath. And taking just a couple of minutes here to just really tune into the breath. And quiet down so that we can listen a little more deeply and feel a little more fully. And recognize when things come up that restrict those activities. And so, of course, the breath is our constant companion and our constant reminder. And taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. And just noticing how full and deep the breath comes in when you allow it. And in your simple seated position, just taking note of anywhere there may be restriction. Now, often, we have these physical sensations that are they express themselves to us. They make themselves clear. And so no wonder in the yoga tradition, the hatha practice of breathing in a physical body is a great tool to our enlightenment, to our awareness, to our freedom, because the physical body is the densest, and so it kind of like splashes up on the billboards what's going on the more subtle bodies, an energy body, an emotional body, the very historical body, or that what connects us to the past and to our ancestors and our DNA. All these different levels of ourselves that are illuminated often by the great kind of highlight that the physical body presents. And so just notice, wherever there might be restriction, or even wherever you feel a little more ease. And just, taking notice of it. And notice even that as you focus on a specific sensation. This is yoga, right? It's focusing on what allows us to be fully present. And so all the other busyness, takes a second seat, takes a back seat. Hopefully maybe gets left outside or behind. So let's go ahead and just place the palms together. You can feel the thumbs meet the sternum. And even in this shift of your shape, Notice where you can create a little more space in the neck, maybe the shoulders drop down a little more. Notice here the jaw, that the upper jaw and lower jaw aren't meeting at the teeth, that there's a little bit of space. And with that, we can shift our inner gaze to the third eye point. And breathing into this now moment, this now shape, this now experience of being alive in a body on this earth at this very time, giving thanks for all of it, and offering our efforts in this practice to peace and happiness and freedom for ourselves, for each other, and for all beings. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And let's inhale the prayer all the way up to the sky, lengthen up. And, just feel even here what has happened. Just notice if you're looking up or chin's level and see where you can feel the reach extend a little more. And notice anywhere that's kind of overlooked, forgotten, or, just kind of locking up. And then see where you can soften. See where you can just breathe a little more space. And on the next exhale, we'll just bring it all the way down through the center and extend the arms out in front. You can bring the fingertips to the earth. So it's this like counterweight. You have the hips reaching back and down, and you have the finger pads extending to the floor and even beyond the floor towards the earth. And as the heart lengthens forward, you still keep noticing, like, okay, there's this action forward. Okay, if I reach the hips back or reach the tailbone back and down, is there anything that gets forgotten in between? And just like 3 deep breaths, really feeling into all of it. Often it's just the thought. You can, of course, adjust where needed, but often just the thought or the awareness, like, where might I have forgotten, is a great clue, because the mind's going to go there, right? The body has been sending signals, and it's expressing, other bodies, the more subtle bodies. So we often, where we do feel tightness or experience injury, there's a lot to be learned from that, and a lot more access through that towards more awareness. And so really breathe into the back, upper back, kidneys, low back, deep breath. And then we'll just slowly come on up. And Chris made it. So glad you could join us, Chris. Happy New Year. Let's place the feet right down on the earth and then just like sit up tall. So knees are kind of wide. Find the straightest place for your spine, just for a moment. So it's not arching, it's not rounding, it's not over efforting. And breathing in, notice as the crown of the head rises up towards the sky, like a little pull of the sternum up towards the sky. Again, where you might kind of just forget or overlook it or grip up. And deep breath. Yeah, if you're sitting on something, you can move it to the side, and then we'll just interlace the hands over the knees and get nice and round. Whenever anything feels especially good, just give it to yourself, like really allow it. Our bodies are so different. So as we move together, something calls for a little more lingering. Notice even just there, like how, maybe for you, the roundness isn't as good as the big open heart. So you want to, shift it up a little bit. And, we can notice when, those subtleties, when it triggers, oh, I should be doing this, or it ought to be, or I've got to hurry up, and then, just breathe in a little more. Let's sit up nice and tall now, and feel the spine big and bright and long. Big inhale, and exhale. We'll just twist with the spine nice and straight. So our objective is a straight spine, a spiraling straight up. And it might not be such a deep twist. It might be just a big awareness. Like so often, we just kind of blast past something. Usually those restrictions, the habit is like, let me just kind of bypass it. And, by saying, oh, it's there, what can I learn, and how can I be, just a little sweeter, a little kinder, a little more patient. You look all the way over your back shoulder. And then coming back, find a big breath in the middle. So the belly engaged helps keep the low back long. But then at the same time, go to the other side. I was practicing with my teacher here in Santa Barbara out on the Mesa Park, overlooking the glistening ocean. That was this morning. And I often think of you guys there. So I always feel like you've already Eddie, who's brilliant and somewhat irreverent and funny. Look all the way over your back shoulder. And then coming back to center. And we'll just reach forward as we go all the way back, all the way back. And actually, don't go back all the way. In fact, let's stay the shoulder. Try to keep the shoulder blades up off the earth and the legs out, just for, a few, 10, 9, 8. 2 and 1. Let's draw the knees in, let the head come down. Place the hands alongside and totally relax. Yeah, so noticing the poses that just really engage, like this sequence here, really engaging what we call core muscles. But then have that awareness as we move through other postures today, like how much to engage and support without locking up. We'll take the right heel up towards the sky and just do a point and a flex, kind of roll it around, getting nice and long in the whole leg. And then we take the other one up and do the same. You can just try to get as much length in the bones themselves, and then the connective tissue, calves and ankle and hamstring, and give it a roll. And then we'll meet both heels up so that the weight's on the sacrum. So wherever that is, feet usually go a little away from the head. And we'll go let's go down with the left leg down, and just hovers over the earth, and then back up, and then right leg down, and back up. And we'll just do a few like this, feeling into it. Notice what needs to support the action and what doesn't. So notice where the shoulders might start to grip up, or the neck, or the jaw. And we take the time needed to, really feel into it, feel what action is supporting the movement. And let's do like 3 more on each side. I know all of you have been moving and practicing somewhat regularly in the break, but kind of starting slow for the new year. Good, and then finishing with the opposite leg you started. And we'll bring the legs back up. Again, weight on the sacrum. And then we'll just take the legs nice and wide. And then bring them, cross them, one leg over the next. And then take them out. And then alternate the crisscross. And just a few of these. So certainly this involves the inner thighs, what we call the core connective tissue, but also an opportunity again to notice where we might clench up. And notice how the breath can always bring us right back into focus, full focus, and freedom from all the other muck, all the other distracting thoughts. Being just present right here. Just a couple more. Great, and then when you're ready, we'll bring the feet together. Draw the knees in. Keep the hands alongside the body. Just find a place where you can totally relax for a moment with the knees in. That's going to look a little different from all of us. Just, check in again with the jaw and the neck and the shoulders. And we'll interlace the hands behind the legs and rock them back and up and back and up, nice and round. Good, and then coming onto the feet for Malasana for a moment, just getting nice and long in the heels, the ankles. The variations of the sequence is familiar to all of you because it is a therapeutic sequence. Let's come on to the hands and knees so that through these poses, there's about 12 here that we do, and we can actually get into all the joints, starting from the toes to the ankles, knees, hips, spine, arms, and neck. Let's come into a cow shape. For the first cow, let the whole rib cage sag, really like a hammock, and then like pull up, Uddiyana Bandha, low belly, and then grow the back long. See how long the low back can grow. So it's like lengthening out of the low back as the heart reaches forward and the collarbones burst out of the shoulder points. And then exhale, the belly pulls in and rounds, nice and round. Cat pose. And if you like that, so that you're really trying to just ease up more and more and more space between the vertebrae. Like a great explorer, discovering the most efficient path. The smoothest route. And then on your next cat
pose, get really, really round, pull the belly, pull it in, empty the breath, empty it out, come back to table pose, inhale. Exhale, right hip towards the right shoulder, looking around, tuck the chin towards the shoulder, look back to the tail, come back to center, inhale, to the other side, exhale. Really looking back, come back, inhale, turning the right, we'll go for actually the left foot out a little bit and tuck the right toes, reach back through the heel, turn it in, and then right out of the earth, grow up, really long, lengthen. So we get all this space in the intercostals, and up, and around. And as we go around, as the hand comes back to the earth, keep the right ribs reaching towards the sky, pulling in the belly, and then feel the big lengthening as you come up and around. And as the hand goes up, the left arm gets even longer. Keep it long. We'll go one more time around. Pull in the belly, round it around. Keep the right ribs and the right hip reaching up as the right hand reaches along out of the right hip. And on up. Reach way back with the right hand. Like just way back to open the heart up towards the sky. And then you can let your left ear go towards the left shoulder, maybe look towards the left hand. Maybe gently tuck the chin and look up towards the sky. Breathe. And then bringing it back around, all the way back around to table pose. Inhale. And then exhale, tuck the left toes, your right foot can go out to the side, turn your left heel down, and growing on up, right out of the earth. Right hand, right knee, really extending downward. So you just have this dynamic action of growth in both directions. Another thing about that park class is that there's these spectacular trees all around. And, you know, even if you can't practice outside, take a moment every day to really just stand before a tree, look at it, feel how it just emanates this energy of growth as you know, under the earth, the roots extend down, 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 and upward, the branches extend out and up. Yeah, and the last time the left hand comes up, you can reach it way back and maybe look towards the right hand. Notice how much more space you can get in the neck and shoulders, and then maybe up towards the sky. Linger wherever it feels very welcoming. And then coming back around table pose. Let's tuck the toes and take it into plank pose. And maybe a tiny bit forward and back. I think that just really helps to kind of center the weight in the bones of the legs, of the arms, the belly working. For me, I find a little forward takes it out of the low back. Grow the arms long, spread the fingers really wide. Yet breathing, maybe hug the thigh muscles up a little more. Deep, deep breath. Yeah, and then when you're ready, we'll just take the knees down. And you can do that hammock thing again, just let the chest reach out forward. Don't worry so much about the shoulders up to the ears here. First, we're just getting long in the low back. Of course, you may could adjust it for you, but so that you're really feeling the lengthen of the belly. And if you feel any, pinching in the low back, then adjust. See if you can just grow a little more space. And a big, big breath. So then as the arms grow longer and the chest rises up higher, you feel more action in upper back. And then exhale. We'll take the knees wide, shift it back nice and long. Nice and long. Ah. Third eye can rest to the earth. You can turn the palms up. Maybe shift a little bit side to side. So you've got the knees nice and wide. You've got the space broadening, the sacrum. And let's go ahead and just place the hands on the earth. And with the knees wide, the toes together, we'll go, let's go ahead and turn the fingers back towards the knees. Yeah, and then just lean back a little bit. So it might even be like a centimeter, and you just get a little longer. You feel a little tug in the back of the wrist. And then you can go back further, and the heel of the hand starts to lift. And then maybe back a little further, and you just feel the hips reach back further. And depending what range your fingers have in their flexion will determine, how far back the shoulders go. But just try to find a little more space in the shoulders and the neck. And then actually let's bring the hands together, like pinkies together. You might need to come forward a little bit for that. And go on back. And so you're way back, and maybe you just have the fingertips on the earth, just depending. And then go ahead and bring the thumbs towards each other and away. So way back with the hips and thumbs towards each other and back. Just feeling that range. Deep breath. Pull back the shoulders. And then when you're ready, let's come on forward and then bring the back of the hand to the earth on your right hand. And the fingers can face forward regularly on your left hand. And then just go back a little bit so you get a nice little counter pull on the right. And go back, just breathe, feel it. See if you can soften up a little more anywhere. And then shifting shoulders over the wrist, just make a fist with your right hand. Try to close it and open it. Just like a couple more times like that. So it doesn't look like much. And if you're like me, you haven't done this since the last time we did this together. So yeah, I can really feel it. Our hands, our joints, and our fingers, they all want to be moved every day. Let's place the right hand down, the back of the left hand onto the earth. Shift it back just a little bit. Feel a nice pull. And this is where the belly can help. It keeps drawing in to support so the shoulders don't overwork, the back doesn't overwork. And then coming shoulders over the wrist, and we'll just make a fist with the left hand. And then open it up. A couple more like that, keeping the right arm nice and long. Great, now let's go ahead and bring the knees back a little closer. So your typical table pose, tuck the toes, and coming back onto the heels. So tucking the toes, getting this full range of the toe joints, and we'll inhale the arms out, turn the palms up. Look over to your right hand, inhale, and then exhale your left ear towards the earth, so you're still looking at the right hand. Then bring it on up. Big inhale. Exhale again. Let's just do it again. And on up. And maybe your left ear towards the sky. Just feel that in. And bring it level again. And we'll look back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Looking to the left hand. When you're ready, right ear towards the earth, looking towards the left hand. And on up. And back. And just checking in, you know, it's like the feet, the toes might start screaming. And just even before you exit, just even a momentary pause. Say, yeah, I hear you. The right ear can go up and come on back. Great. And then, yeah, let's just take the left elbow over the right. If you need to come up onto your knees, that's fine. Just a little up and back, up and back. Inhale. And then the other arm wraps over. Yeah, if you need to come up, up and down. Kind of scrubbing out the shoulders. And then when you're ready, do come up on to the knees, top of the feet to the earth. And then let's sit back down on the heels, take the arms out nice and wide. And let's bring the hands back behind, rise the heart, big inhale. Really send the shoulders back. Really getting into the neck, shoulders. Let's lift the knees. Then we'll take the knees down and lift the hips. See how long the arms can grow. And breathe right here. Feel it all. And sitting back down, let's reach one arm out and the other arm out, nice and long. Really reach. And then we'll round through cat all the way to cobra. Keep it up nice and high, lifting up through the heart. And we'll take it up and back, downward facing dog. You know, just shifting, moving, spreading through the palms, and feeling the center of the palm really extending towards the earth. And see if you can notice, like, you know, first the most obvious things, right? You have the sensation, feet, whatever parts of the feet are in contact to the earth, whatever parts of the hands are in contact to the earth. And then everywhere along the line, from the hands up to the hips, from the heels up to the hips. See if you can have equal priority of awareness throughout the whole body. And a deep, deep breath. Like really spread the toes, activating the inner knees, pulling in the low belly, and then breathe into the back, like broad through the shoulders, broad through the back of the heart, kidneys, the low back. Great, and then as you're ready, let's bring the feet all the way up to the hands. Just feel the even distribution of weight, front of the foot, back of the foot, and remembering that, you know, tripod thing, center of the heel extending to the earth. The 2 points under, you know, the point under the big toe joint, the little toe joint, extending down like the tripod in each foot. And let's go for a little tilt of the tail up. It's very subtle. But just so much as you get a little pull on the hamstring. And bend the knees as needed so that you are completely free in the low back. Like it gets even soft. There's not even a stretch happening there. It's so subtle. Like you shorten the space with that little tilt. It's the tiniest bit of an arch in the low back. And try to maintain that as you press through the feet and reach the hands forward. The knees might bend a lot, and then coming all the way up. And then you can extend the arch to the mid back and upper back. And then exhale, hands to the heart, keeping the tailbone tilted out just the tiniest bit. And we'll inhale, arms down. Let's take the arms and the heels up towards the sky. Leave them long. Yeah, feel a big lift all the way up. And then notice again, like as you reach a little further, is there anywhere you can soften? Anywhere you can like extend the reach a little longer? Great, and then exhale, we'll dive all the way forward. Gentle for you. Inhale, the front belly gets long, even if you don't come out too far. And then we'll exhale let's go the left foot back and the right foot back. Inhale, shift way forward. Exhale, wrap the elbows in and lower little or a lot chaturanga. Inhale, press the hands into the earth to rise the heart. Exhale, gaze forward as you shift it back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. With a big breath here, inhale. Exhale, nice and long, gathered up in the low belly, and feel the shoulders shift forward, hips shift forward, feet meet the hands. Lengthening on out halfway up, spread the toes, extend through the feet. And exhale, tilting the tail, hinging at the hips. And the end of the exhale, arms reach forward, heart reaches forward and up. Inhale at the top. And exhale, will just gently shift all the way down, falling towards the earth. Inhale, lengthening the heart out. Exhale, your right foot back, left foot back, shifting forward right into chaturanga. Inhale, big heart lift, cobra. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Yeah, so even in a breath here, you can feel how long to grow. Like maybe the hands come a little forward. The end of your exhale, feet to the hands. Lengthening on out, inhale. Deep hinge in the hips, exhale, extend through the heels. Reach through the heart. All the way up, inhale. Exhale, diving all the way forward. Inhale, lengthening the heart, forward. Exhale, left, then right, chaturanga. Press through the hands up, up dog, cobra. Exhale, bottoms up. Feel how the bottoms are up and the head is down, like really release right away. The end of your exhale, feet to the hands. Lengthening out, inhale. Exhale, maybe the tail tilts up a little more, longer in the hamstrings, reaching through the heart, pressing through the feet, all the way up, inhale. All the way forward, exhale. Lengthening out, inhale, so really firming the hands, connection to the earth. Exhale, right, left, elbows in. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Up and back, downward facing dog. It is the winter season. Long exhale. So salutations are always a great way to start the day, end the day. Feet to the hands. Lengthening on up. Exhale. The end of the exhale, heart lifts you, opening really bright. Exhale all the way forward. Let's do the fifth one. Lengthen on out and exhale. See about just hopping back to down dog. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Exhale, elbows in chaturanga. Inhale, big heart up. Exhale, heart stays open as you go up and back, down and facing dog. Big inhale. Exhale really long. And feel the whole upper body just shift over the wrists, the feet naturally follow. Lengthening out halfway up, inhale. Exhale, tilting long. Keep the feet spreading broadly on the earth and reach through the heart. All the way up, big open heart. Exhale, Samasthiti, standing tall. Let the arms come alongside. Just a moment, close the eyes. Take a full breath, engage third eye. And tuning in with the feet. Feel the broadening of the ball of the foot. The extension, the center of the heel towards the earth. Really feeling the tripod of each foot. And then we'll just shift onto the right foot and pick up the, shift onto your, did I say right? Shift onto your left foot, pick up your right knee, hug it in, stand tall. And then like really spread the toes. Spread the toes, but keep the big toe joint, little toe joint extending down. And then we'll just, let's try to take a hold of the big toe, first two fingers, hand to the waist, stand tall. Your pose might be here. Keep the left leg long and straight. Your pose might be the right leg a little straighter, or it might go fully straight. And then wherever you are, feel the ribcage lift big. Feel a big lift from the pelvic floor, long, right up through the crown of the head. Big inhale. And then over to the side, exhale. Yeah, and then just notice, like, balancing poses. So good for the physical body, for our physical relationship, walking upon a earth that's impacted by gravitational pull, but also because it's a sure way to, check in with our, let's take the right hand to the outer left, or left hand to the outer right knee. I'm talking in balancing, kind of. We're going to twist it like so. Can be to the outer foot, of course, twisting. But try to really lengthen the left leg, really long. Yeah, so we're just checking on like, what's it supposed to be? And balancing is all about wobbling, really. Let's take it big. And place it down. Just place it down, arms alongside. And actually, let's go for a little neutralizing sequence. So we'll go feet a little wider, bend the knees, hands to the shoulders, a little bit of Kapala body. So give a nice little bend, and it's inhale through the nose, and then exhale, exhale, exhale. Bend the knees as much as you need to support the back. Keep breathing. It's a pumping out, 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 out. And we'll just do about 30 more seconds. Great, let's inhale the arms up, feet back together, and exhale right alongside Tadasana. Close the eyes for a moment, just feel the energy. Big breath. And then we'll go ahead and shift onto the right leg. Pick up the left knee. You hug it in first, and just remind us of the stance, our tripod, right foot, the lengthening up from the inner arch of the right foot, inner knee, all the way up to the crown of the head. Yeah, so that's all stable. Let's go ahead and take a variation with the first two fingers over the big toe. So feeling that Deanna's big lift pulling back and up. Keep it here or extend it out. Yeah, and just notice when you drop or when you collapse or when you forget about a part of it. And then bring it all right back to exactly now. Take it out to the side as you like. We'll come back to center. You can reach over with opposite hand. Take the back hand back, knee bent or straight. See if you can really spiral the left ribs back towards your left hand. And then we'll bring it back to center, extend it forward, and then bring it on down, arms alongside. Let's go for like hands to the hips and just like some big circles of the hips. Yeah, they do all these things. So much goes on. So many directions of movement right through this like crossroads of the body. Go the other way. Great, with the feet about hip width, like chair pose. We'll just go big inhale. And then the lion's breath, like so. So the tongue thrusts forward, shoom, opposite ways like that. Okay, we'll do 3. Big inhale. Empty it out, empty it out. If you like to pull in the little belly, Deanna, a little massage there. When it's time to inhale, come on up. And coming on up with the feet in your chair shape. Let's go arms on up as the tailbone reaches back and down. Chair, lengthen. Big lift and lengthen. Yeah, feeling the thighs, feeling it all work for you. And then notice again, like, is there anywhere you've forgotten? Is there anywhere that's locking up, like cement? And then just like see if you can soften. Breathe. Maybe sit a little lower. Maybe tailbone goes out a little further. Maybe arms, heart reach forward a little more. And one more big breath. And then we'll just take it to the earth. Exhale. Let's inhale the heart forward as the left leg comes back. High lunge. Exhale, go back and up, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward, plank pose. Exhale, either child's pose or chaturanga. Inhale, find your way to cobra or up dog. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Let's take the right leg up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee, open the right hip up really high. Nice and long, but keep the left arm long. We'll inhale the right leg straight. Exhale, draw the right knee in third eye. Inhale, gaze forward, broad collarbones. Exhale, place the right foot where it goes. It is behind the right hand somewhere. It doesn't have to go too far forward. Let's turn the left heel down and float on up, warrior one. Spread the left toes. Lengthen on up. Yeah, reach down with the left hand, reach around and up with the right hand. You get this full big rotation of the left shoulder. Yeah, keep spreading the left toes. Feel the heels to the earth. And we'll inhale the arms alongside the ears. Exhale, shift forward, warrior 3. And like really reach through the center of the left heel, through the fingertips. Lift it all up, big lift. Yeah, and then we'll just like a few breaststrokes. Yeah, just add a little to our fixed ideas about what it should be. Like some idea of perfection that's really very futile. Good, the next time the arms come forward, reach way back, high lunge. On up, inhale. And then we'll just like lower a little bit. Arms can stay alongside the ears, or hands to the waist. And we'll just like lower a little and straighten it, and lower a little, hover and straighten it, lower a little more and straighten it. And then we'll come all the way down with the left knee. Yeah, you can just be here if you like. You can take the left hand down and the right arm up if you like. Or any variation, just getting really deep hinge in the right hip and all this yummy length of the left hip flexor. Good, and then when you're ready, let's place the hands down, tuck the left toe, straighten the left leg, high lunge again, big inhale. And exhale, we'll just take the right leg towards straight. And feeling even longer in your left calf. Good, you can fold over your right leg. Let's go ahead and walk it over to the side, standing straddle pose. It's your straddle. And double facing. We'll go hands right under the shoulders. You can be on the ball of the hand if that's a better support. Big inhale, heart lengthens forward. Exhale, the right hand to the ribs. Bend the ribs to the sky, look up. Inhale, right hand down. Exhale, left hand to the ribs, left ribs to the sky, look up. Inhale to center. Exhale, you can keep the hand there, or it's an extension of the big twist as you look up. And to the other side. Really stabilizing the hips, the legs. And we'll just do 5 on each side. Great, and then when you're ready, you can just fold on over. Release the neck. Give a little shake to the head. Good, let's go ahead and walk the hands back to the right foot. Turn your right foot forward and just come onto the left toes again. Bend your right knee, so it's like high lunge. Place your left hand down. Turn your left heel out. And see if you can hook the right toes, even for a moment. It could be bent, so we did this standing. It can be straight. Just feel it. Left arm really long. And then when you're ready, you can extend it up and out. And finding your way to side plank. Let's extend the right arm alongside the right ear, nice and long. Breathing strong, spreading broad through your left hand. And then on, up, inhale. And exhale. Back to plank, chaturanga if you like. Inhale. Knees down, heart up. Exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 big breaths. Yeah, really feel the upper thighs pull back. You feel like you have this lovely release all the way from hips to the low back, kidneys, upper back. And then maybe the hands even glide forward further. And you feel your arms grow like amazingly long without even the hips moving. You just like, wow, they actually have so much more room to extend and grow. Good. At the end of your next exhale, empty, empty, empty. Set your intention, and then feet float to the hands. Lift it on out. Inhale, spread the toes, extend the heels. Exhale, hinging, folding. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, sit just a little more. Big open heart, inhale. And all the way, exhale. Inhale, gaze forward as the right foot comes back, high lunge. Exhale, we'll go back and up, downward facing dog. Plank pose, inhale. Exhale, child's pose or chaturanga, your choice. Inhale, find your way to cobra or up dog. Up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. Bend the left knee and open the hip. Really reach as you do it. Grow the right shoulder long. And we'll take the left leg straight. Inhale. Exhale, round it in third eye. Extend the exhale. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, place the left foot on the earth, right heel on the earth. Press down to float on up. Warrior one. Yeah, and right away check into the back foot. It often gets forgotten here. Everything's happening, this big dramatic shape. And the back foot, so important to support the knee. Keep the toes spreading. Keep lifting the inner arch. Right out of the arch, feel the rib cage rise up. And bring the right hand to the back of the heart. Bring the left hand around and reach for it. Or left hand to the right elbow. And then pull the ribs back, just as you feel a little more extension through the heels. Big breath, lengthening the rib cage up. And exhale, shape shifting, warrior three. Arms extend long, heel extends back. Really lift it up, breathe. And then let's do some butterflies. So just like butterfly stroking. There was actually people swimming today. I don't know if they looked that warm, but it looked warm. The ocean looked warm. Good, and next time you reach forward, reach way back with the toes. Inhale. And then we'll just hover low. And straighten the right leg. And exhale, hover it. Inhale. And exhale. Stay low with the hips. Inhale, just straighten the right leg. And then we'll come down with the left knee. You can keep the back toes tucked if you like. Sometimes that gives more space to the low back. You can arch with the arms up, or right hand can come down, left arm up, or just hands to the knee or the floor. Deep breath. At the end of your exhale, we'll shift through up or high lunge into a pyramid version, reaching back to your right heel, and folding over your left leg. And we'll walk it around again to the center. Standing straddle pose. Give a little bend to the knees for support, and we'll interlace the hands behind the back. Reach the heart forward. Big inhale. And exhale. Let the crown of the head drop towards the earth as the arms come over. And then just for a moment, like, don't try. Just like feeling your arms go over farther than they ever have, just because the energy is there. Your focus on it shifts the energy. This is one of the main tenets of yoga practice in all its forms, is where we place our energy. And where are we to place our attention? Energy naturally follows. And of course, we know that in our physical body. So just being open to it in the rest of our lives. We place our attention on something, just knowing that energy follows. When you're ready, let's gently unfold out of that. Bring the hands to the earth. You can just shift the head side to side a little bit, shaking the head no. And then we'll walk the hands to the left foot. Turn the left foot forward. Come on to the right toes, high lunge. Turn your right heel out to the right. Hook your big toe and take it up. Just play with it. Just a moment of, like, wow, into maybe some new territory. Yeah, and you can extend it out really long, both legs really long, both arms really long. Finding your way to side plank, your version. Extend the left arm alongside the left ear. And then up with the left hand and back around plank pose. If you like chaturanga, big heart, lift it. Exhale back, child's pose or down dog for 3 deep breaths. Notice the ease of the inhale. Notice the spaciousness of the inhale. Notice the emptying out. Exhale. Okay, let's go ahead and just bring the right foot right up to the hands, maybe even between the hands. Turn the left heel down, press through the heels, and when we'll open to warrior 2. Yeah, just sitting nice and low, like really low. Just a few breaths, like just check into it. So really feeling the right thigh support you. And we'll take it up, peaceful warrior, inhale. Let's take the left hand around the back side. And we'll go exhale, and straightening the right leg and coming over for triangle pose. Yeah, and do little adjustments like leaning back. Maybe the back foot comes up a little bit if there's any pinching anywhere. Any adjustments to, so that as you breathe in, you really feel the belly fill up. And like the extension right from the depth of the belly, out through the crown of the head, out through the heels, up through the heart, and out through both arms, gazing up. Breathing. Just 3 deep breaths, growing the legs as long as they will. And reaching the left hand back when you're ready and back around to the earth. Find your way back to down dog, however you like. And at the end of the next exhale, we'll go ahead and bring the left foot all the way forward, turning the right heel down. And we'll windmill all the way up, warrior two. Yeah, warrior two. Really feeling the weight through the center of the heels. And it's a distribution of weight into the other points of the tripod. Big toe, little toe, both feet. And just like, in a moment feeling, like even though the thighs may be really obvious, so try to just sense the bones, like, such strong bones. And we'll take it up and back, inhale. Right hand come around. Lengthen right out of the belly. Exhale, the right hand behind the left hip can help the left hip pull back as the ribs reach out of the hips. And find the easiest path, the most fluid path. And little adjustments. So that, it's just so amazing about this pose. I mean, you all know it's the one, like my favorite, right? So it's the one, it's like we're gonna do any pose, any standing pose, this is it. Because we've got so much going on here. The extension, out rotation of the left leg, the twist of the spine, and it changes through life. Like how we meet ourselves in this shape daily over months and years and decades. Quite an amazing thing. Let's reach the right arm back and around. Then we'll bring it to the earth. Big inhale. Let's just go ahead and bend the left knee. Big inhale. And then we'll go and just switch out the legs. So let's start with the right leg forward. Take the left knee down. And then we can walk the right foot over to the left. And just come on down to pigeon. Yeah, first just feel yourself really lifted. Press your outer right foot into the earth. And press the back shin towards the earth. And just see what that is. The right foot, the right shin to the earth, left foot, left shin to the earth. And you might get a little more juju moving in the hip. Yeah, any variations you like. If you want to bind the back leg, maybe just reaching for it, maybe bringing it around. You can fold over your right leg whenever you're ready. And making any adjustments to allow the opening that can help. Deep breath. And just really settle. Let go. Go ahead and place the hands on the earth, let the head hang, pull the elbows in, and press up from the earth, drawing up from the belly. Head comes up last. And then go ahead and rinse it out, either down dog or if you want another half salutation. And then we'll bring the left foot forward, taking right knee down. And we'll walk the left foot all the way over to the right. And again, pressing the outer left foot into the earth and the left knee into the earth. Back foot can be the toes tucked or the top of the foot. This is like, so the boys, these boys, the legs, pressing, supporting, growing out of the base. And if you like, you can reach back, much like dancer pose. You know, just even the reaching back spins the shoulder open. And if you want more of a back bend, you can take it over for a bind. And then whenever you're ready, drape the upper body over the foundation, this body, this earth, and just, really let it go. Really release, settle. Notice anywhere you can just allow a little more space. Deep, deep breath. When you're ready, placing the hands on the earth, pull the elbows in, pull in the belly, round arm up, head coming up left. And you can keep the eyes closed, just bringing the back leg around to the front. And we'll just come right back to the shape we did at the beginning, interlacing the hands over the knees, pulling the belly in, pull the chin in. And we can round all the way onto the back, hugging the knees in. Let the jaw go, let the neck go. We rock a little bit side to side, massaging the hips and the back. And feel a release right from the base of the skull and the top of the neck. Let the arms come onto the earth, palms up. And when you're ready, feet to the earth. The knees can stay bent, or if you like, to come out nice and long. And just a couple moments here to fully release, rest. Let go. Your focus be on the ease of the breath in and out.
And here our first yoga class for the year. Just share the words of Mark Napo, who you've heard before, asking us with thought-provoking questions. What will you do today? Knowing that you are one of the rarest forms of life to ever walk the earth. How will you carry yourself? What will you do with your hands? Tomorrow you could die, but today you are precious and rare and awake. Grateful and awake. Ask what you need to know now. Say what you feel now. Love what you love now. So you give a little movement to your hands and fingers, feet and toes. And taking the arms alongside the ears, feeling what you feel now. And when you're ready, rolling on to your side, taking a moment to fully release, and pause, and connect. And just as you know you will rise up to seated, feel your connection to the earth. Even as you come on up, hands to the earth, head drops towards the earth, coming on up, rising up, bright hearts, sitting tall. Anjali Mudra, giving thanks for this practice of yoga together. And wishing all beings happiness and freedom. May all our thoughts, words, and actions contribute to the happiness and peace and freedom for all beings. And finishing with 3 shantis and an om. Inhale. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.